Something I hear all the time from folks moving to Omaha is, but how am I going to meet people here? If I move to a new city, it can be so hard to find friends. And this is not obviously a problem that's unique to Omaha. This is a national problem moving anywhere as an adult. You hear it all the time on social media and from people that it's just really hard to make friends. In this video, I'm going to talk through how I know people have made friends in Omaha, whether they're clients or friends, and how I made friends in Omaha. I did not grow up here. And so my name is Morgan Putnam, and I am a local realtor. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for stopping by the Omaha Insider YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and to subscribe to my channel so you're always the first to know what's going on in Omaha. On my website, I have a free neighborhood guide, and you can download that, and it breaks down a bunch of different Omaha neighborhoods and the pros and cons of living in each. Folks have found it really helpful, so download that at heymorganputnam.com. Moving to any city as an adult without a built-in friend group can feel overwhelming and daunting, and folks tend to be pretty scared about it, especially in this age where so many people are online all the time and they don't necessarily know where they're going to find that group of people that they'll be spending a lot of time with. One amazing thing I can say about Omaha is that Nebraska nice is true. People are genuinely very kind and generally want people to make friends and make community and are pretty open to inviting people into their world. But again, I think people think, oh, I just need to meet that one random stranger and then we're going to hit it off. But I think really it's about showing up time and time again and being friends with the same people and then slowly building that friendship over time. What I've seen work for folks is finding a shared interest and then building friendship from that shared interest and then have it kind of more so seep into other parts of your life. The first category we're going to talk about is around kind of like sport and a shared activity. So there are a lot of different leagues in Omaha. There are sand volleyball leagues throughout the city, and sometimes bars have them. And so this is a great way just to socialize and meet people. People will sign up for these time and time again. And so you'll start realizing that it's kind of the same people there and keep showing up. And so you kind of hope you can hit it off with some of those folks. So there are not only volleyball leagues, but there's a ton of golf leagues throughout the summer. There are basketball leagues in the winter. You can sign up for these through the city. Golf leagues are both through the city and then through private golf course clubs, and then also like places like Miracle Hills that is not either the city or private country club, but you can sign up for their leagues and just meet some of these folks that way. Also, of course, pickleball, there's tennis. Pickleball has been a huge way that I have made friends in Omaha. And it's not that I met people right away. It was me showing up to leagues time and time again and slowly building those friendships over time. And I think that is a great way to find friends in Omaha. People tend to like to be active, and it's good to have some reason to get outside, especially in those winter months when it's really cold. And so joining a sports league kind of holds you accountable to make sure that you're getting out of the house and meeting people. So those are kind of leagues. But then in addition to that, there are also things like Orange Theory. There are tons of different Pilates studios, yoga studios. And again, that's a great way to meet people because you're showing up at the same place at the same time with a lot of the same people. People tend to get into a real routine with their workouts. And so you'll likely start making friends with those people just by showing up every week, Tuesday at 5 or whenever it is, and seeing the same people in your class and start trying to build a friendship with some of those folks. Joining a sports league can be a little overwhelming for some folks, and there's also things like trivia nights at bars or at breweries where every week, every Wednesday or every Tuesday, there is their trivia night. And so you can, again, run into some of the same people showing up and trying to build some friendships with these people over time. The next chunk of ways that I feel like it works for some folks to meet people is through their kids. And so maybe it's through volunteering on the PTA or on the community club associated with their school, or helping coach a kid's sport or lead a kid's activities, whether that's like scouting or Girl Scouts or whatever it is that your kid is into, and just getting to know the parents of the other kids in the class through showing up to birthday parties and signing up your kid for whatever sport their class is participating in. Then there are also a lot of community-oriented groups in Omaha. Churches or synagogues are a great way to get to know other people in the community that might have some shared interests by just showing up to church consistently on a Sunday and then maybe getting involved in some of the random activities that the church puts on can make a big difference in getting to know people. Again, it's seeing those same people every week sitting in that same pew, and you can start getting to know them a little bit better and seeing if a friendship forms there. And alongside that, there's also different ways, say church isn't your thing or any sort of spirituality, then there's different ways you can volunteer. And there are endless volunteer opportunities in Omaha, whether it's more like community based, like volunteering at a homeless shelter or doing a food drive, or it can also just be maybe you're really passionate about gardening. There's always a bunch of different like volunteer groups that help maintain certain parks. And then there's the famous third space that is something that we're all wanting in our worlds. It's so your home is your first place, your second space is work, and then your third space is a place that you can maybe get to know people, whether it's again like a coffee shop, a brewery, a country club, a gym. It's trying to find that other space that you can meet new people, maybe around a shared interest or just by showing up and seeing that same person there time and time again. Some neighborhoods are going to lean more towards a third space. Neighborhoods that have kind of like the little downtown strip area like Benson and Dundee, Exarban, and you could maybe make the argument for some places in West Side. Those are going to be places that you might naturally run into people that you're also, maybe you see them when you're going for a jog in your neighborhood or an evening walk, and then you'll also run into them at the neighborhood coffee shop. And that's a great way to just organically meet people. Something I hear all the time from people moving to Omaha is that they're surprised how quickly the big city of Omaha starts to feel like a small town. You'll start running into people that you know at the grocery store, at Costco, wherever it is. And so Omaha is truly a great place to meet people, and I think people are very welcoming. If you move here and you don't necessarily have any family in town, people will invite you to holidays. It's a very welcoming place to live, and so I think it's just about putting yourself out there and meeting people at maybe a place where you have a shared interest, and then getting to know people over time. Be patient with yourself and with others as you're adjusting to living in a new place, but I think that there are a lot of different options for places to meet people in Omaha. If you have questions about Omaha or specific neighborhoods in Omaha, feel free to reach out anytime. My phone number is 402-720-9886, and my email is morgan@heymorganputnam.com, and you can snag that free neighborhood guide at heymorganputnam.com.